Hey everybody, this is a preview of the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. And this is a game that I find rather, uh, I will say, concerning. And I use that term because of this reason. And you would say, okay, what is this? This is the Raiders defense against the Chargers. And I want you to look at the alignment right here. And um, it's because this is the key to what I believe will be the problem of the Raiders right here. Just four down linemen. There's the one really linebacker here. The Raiders have a tendency under Pierce to keep their linebackers 5 yards back off the line of scrimmage, back in the passing lanes, giving up running lanes, so that the idea of a second level, first level being blocking the linemen, second level being blocking the linebackers. Linebackers normally here second level is really taken away. There's no level. Once you block up the middle here, for example, there's no one else to get. You could arguably mow him over with a fullback. So you're going to take this kind of alignment, and this is not unusual to this down and distance in the game. For example, this is first uh, quarter, and this was a first down play. All right. And so this is not unusual. And there are a number of times when Raiders lined up with plays like this. On third down, could be excused. Okay, this is 1st and 10. All right. This is 1st and 10, though. And so the point that I'm making is that, very simply, that kind of spread out alignment is such that it can be popped for a big game by a running back, which is what happened with J.K. Dobbins in the Chargers. The Chiefs have a number of good running backs paced by Derrick Henry. And, of course, Lamar Jackson, who adds an extra element of danger to the Raiders' defense. So when I pair what the Ravens do on the ground and their one-oriented offense, which they have opened up in recent years, and they did that with the signing of Todd Monken as offensive coordinator last year, I think, wow, if you're a betting person, take the Ravens at home and the points. The original line was 9.5 in favor of the Ravens. I take that. The Raiders defense needs to really decide what kind of personality it's going to have. And these are the coaches. This is Coach Pierce. He has to say, okay, am I going to have a set of bruisers that play close to the line of scrimmage and get off the ball before you do, and then get in your backfield, which I think really would help them? Or am I going to be pass oriented, constantly stay back? Because right now it looks like they're more of that than anything else. I think that's a huge mistake. I don't know who the architect of this defense is, but it doesn't look like it has any bit of the influence of Marvin Lewis, who is the architect of one of the best defenses in NFL history of the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. So, there's this idea that you have to, in a sense, be everywhere the pass might be. And I personally think that's a mistake. Some defenses feel like because they're trying to cover everything, they wind up covering nothing. And the Raiders present that kind of defense. They really do. Uh, so you could say, how they fix it? Well, as I said, don't play loose. If you take a look at the Chargers game, that's loose defense is what they show basically all the time. All right. And now on offense, the other troubling aspect I have is that their timing passing game is not properly coordinated. In other words, the quarterback drop backs and steps are not properly timed with the receivers. And so the ball all too often arrives slightly off schedule. Completions are not made. I'm trying to figure out what intending to accomplish with this? Are they going to be a dangerous deep passing team, or a pointless ball control team, or a team that runs an occasional play action slip, which they don't show much of? Who are they? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish? It's not clear to me. The offense looks like a collection of plays in search of a philosophy. Again, the Raiders offense looks like a collection of plays in search of a philosophy. I don't understand what they're trying to do. And if I don't understand what they're trying to do, I think it probably is, but credits maybe means that they really don't understand it either. So it's going to be a long day, because the Ravens are clear about what they're trying to do. They're trying to run the ball. They want to build their passing game off the run, but with bootlegs and rollouts, which is the NFL standard today. But what are the Raiders trying to do? And I haven't even gotten to my favorite subject. One of my favorite subjects is how awful a decision it was to start Gardner Minshew. He is not going to be the difference maker. He's erratic. He's inconsistent. He is not that guy to expect to lead you to the playoffs. You better have a well-timed, there's that term again, well-designed passing game before you can expect him to win for your team. If you don't, and you're leaving it to his decision, and you like that he throws off schedule and he runs around, you're asking for a world of trouble. You're asking for a season of unsuccessful outcomes. And that's what you're going to get. And that's what the Raiders, frankly speaking, look like they are headed toward. I mean, I don't know why they believe this guy is the answer, but he's not. He's not. And then he's paired with Luke Getsy, and Luke Getsy is not proving that he is one of the great offensive coordinators of all time. He did a nice job with Justin Fields with the Bears, but he didn't understand the need to give Justin Fields plays that were not running plays, but were pass plays that would save him. He got there the second year. He was getting better, okay? But basically, he was still putting Justin Fields in unideal situations. And similarly, he's put Gardner Minshew in unideal situations. Now, there are classes I'd like to see them run that Raiders haven't ran yet, like, for example, 4x1s, 4 wide receivers on one side, 1 on the other. Great way to isolate your new NFL draft first-round pick, Brock Bowers, right? Don't see anything like that. Don't see tight ends in the backfield being put in motion. I don't see tight ends at fullback. I don't see flankers in the backfield going into motion. I don't see true attempts to throw the defense off balance. And that really bothers me about the way the Raiders offense is designed. And then, of course, I talk about the defense. Take a look. Here's another example of the Raiders defense, pressed up close. Fine, great. This is great. It's goal. But look, they have no one back here. All right. They consistently leave themselves empty. There's no linebackers here. There's no 4-man front where you have a middle linebacker, okay, and a outside right linebacker, outside left linebacker. Some prefer to call them weak side and strong side linebackers. Now, you would say, Zen, you're talking about an old defense, but I would say I'm talking about a defense that's better equipped to stop the run and rush the pass. You have 7 people pushed toward the line of scrimmage. You're not giving up space interior. You're literally forcing everything inside out. I know what to get from that kind of defense. There's no excuse not to run that kind of defense today. None. And yet you find a number of teams like the Raiders doing just that. It's very disappointing, something to see that I would hope ends sooner rather than later. But I am not optimistic about the chances of this Raider team. They have on the road this year 21% win probability, whereas the Ravens at home are 78%. 66% is a statistical sure thing. So it's a statistical sure thing that the Ravens are going to beat the Raiders at home. The question is by how much. Again, I say take the Ravens and the points, and I don't say that happily. I say that with great sadness for my Raiders. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark NFL News by Zenny62.com. We'll see you. That is this broadcast.